The surprise, the surprise you were telling me about earlier. I haven't been. I'm as surprised as the audience is
So
going to be.
at the broad topic, Pokemon.
Premise, but yes, but I don't know anything else about
So
what we're doing.
this is almost just to promote
Tomorrow's live. Well, I
our
guess today's live
our
stream for those of you
Nuzlocke.
watching this the day it comes
But
out.
type triangles.
Type triangles.
That's what this conversation is going to be about. I know you're familiar with them, I'd assume.
Well, you mean like fire, water,
Yeah.
grass, like that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Okay, and then like dark psychic bug.
Uh,
Or
ye-
wait a minute. Wait, no, I lied.
Dark psychic fighting.
Because bug fucks up both of them. I forgot.
yeah. But what I wanted to talk about was what you would want to see if they ever deviated from fire, water, grass. In my mind, they would do it for like a Legends game, if they were to ever.
Or like a ROM hack, you'd see it.
Yeah, just something like that. Like, but like what you would want to see, because there's
Do you have a list of type triangles pulled up?
yes, I got them all right here.
Okay, wonderful.
There's 4 perfect type triangles, and then 10 or so imperfect ones.
Yeah, because like psychic, the dark's immune to psychic, so it's not perfect.
Yeah. So, but to me, I don't actually care too much if they're imperfect because I'm going to be using a different Pokemon to fight.
Right. Like I'm not fucking up the other.
Especially because the types matter for those type of fights later when the typings and moves actually come into play.
Yeah.
So it's not too big of a deal for me if they're imperfect, but yeah. I think I would love to see this for a Legends game.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree actually, or just any kind of deviation from the norm.
Yeah. Do you want to hear the 4 perfect ones first?
Yeah, hit me with them.
Okay, so obviously one of the 4 is fire, grass, water.
Grass. Yeah.
Then we have 2 of these other ones still have one of those types within it, and then one has just 3 unique ones. So I'm going to say the ones that have stuff in it first. So we have ground, poison, grass.
Interesting.
That's a perfect one. And then this one, I feel like this next one could play into the story better because I think they kind of accent each other a little better. Mm-hmm. Fire, steel, rock.
Oh.
Because I saw the idea flown out. I got this whole idea from Shepsky Dad on YouTube. I saw a video talking about type triangles, and that was something they had thrown up. But if you had either a mountain range themed game or a industrial type of environment,
or like a what if Groudon won.
What if Groudon? That's actually pretty funny. That is pretty funny. That would work too. And then the other perfect triangle in the game that does not have any of the main 3 is a fighting, rock, flying trio. But yeah.
Those are all the perfect ones.
Those are all the perfect ones.
I doubt we're ever going to get a deviation from the norm in a mainline Pokemon game.
In a mainline, no.
If we like a Legends game or even a ROM hack, I'm sure somebody there's probably ROM hacks that already have this.
Yes. Do you know what I would want to see in a game though that I think is more on the table? You have the main 3, but then you take the other typing. I guess it would be the fighting, rock, flying one, and inverse it for like the final stages typing.
Okay.
And I know it evens out the starters, so some people wouldn't like that, but I find it interesting.
See, I was gonna say I wish more games took the route that Gen 4 did, where it's like when Infernape and Empoleon, when you get to those stages, close combat's fucking up that Empoleon, right? You can leave your Infernape in on the Empoleon because you're a fighting type and it's a steel type. You can leave your Torterra in on the Infernape because Earthquake, you're a ground type. Empoleon to Torterra is different because Torterra is still fucking Empoleon up with the Earthquake. They kind of fucked it up on that one. Yeah. But in general, the idea there was that the Gen 4 almost does that to each other. I would like to see that just regardless. I'd like to see that more in Pokemon games. I would like to see the starters even out with their secondary typings. I feel like that's fun. But for the ones that you mentioned, I feel like my issue with Fire, Steel, Rock is that Steel and Rock are a bit too closely related for that one to work for me.
But in terms of visual?
But like you said, for a setting thing, I feel like that'd be perfect.
I think they feed it to a setting super well.
Yeah. well, that's the thing is that if you're in like you said a more industrial age kind of Pokemon game, like okay, like if this shit takes place in like the 1840s or whatever,
Mm.
perfect. Um, and then what was it? Grass, poison, ground. You said, or
Um, ground, yeah, ground poison grass.
I like that one a lot, but I do think the rock flying fighting is probably my favorite of the bunch. One because it doesn't feature any of the original three typings, so it's completely different. But also, um, I feel like I don't know when was the last time you really ran through the game with like you, well, what was that face?
Me run through a game?
Well, when was the last time you ran through a game and you got really excited about like a rock type Pokemon in your party? You know what I mean?
I am actually, anytime I have played Pokemon, I usually do have a rock in there. I do really like the rock typing.
Yeah, but I mean, the last time you got really excited about a rock, like I mean, I don't know, maybe this is a personal. Like for me, it would have had to have been
I think this is a
Gen.
personal thing.
Yeah, I guess maybe Gen 7 was the last time I got like really excited about a rock type Pokemon, and that was the dog. Um,
The dog. I did like that dog.
what's
Like
the
in
yeah
rock.
Lycanroc, yeah, especially the intermittent form. What's that one called? Because there's midday and there's midnight, but what was the other one? It was like Eclipse form or some bullshit. Or
Uh, did they ever eventually do
uh,
Dusk and Dawn?
what do you mean?
Uh, like forms.
For the Lycanroc, yeah, they had like three forms because in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon they introduced a third form or a third evolution. Because what do you call it? In Pokemon Sun, you get the midday form. In Pokemon Moon, you got the midnight form. But in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there was another one you could get. I don't remember what it was called,
Yeah.
but it looked cool. Like I liked it. It was like orange and shit. Um, that was like the last time I got really excited about a rock type Pokemon in my party was like the
That one.
the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Lycanroc, and then I guess in Gen 8 the coal Pokemon, the Rock and Fire. Like I kind of
Yes, I
fucked
liked him too. I had him in my party, I think,
over his
for a
name. I
little
had him
bit.
in my, but I mean, I didn't like those games enough to really get excited about anything.
Yeah, you just didn't like the
That's
game.
such a boring fucking game. Oh my god. And then hang on. But I mean, also like fighting types. I always have a lot of fun with both fighting and flying types.
Yeah.
Like generally speaking, I've always been a pretty big proponent of like the regional bird. You know what I mean? Like I am a certified Star Raptor enjoyer. I am a certified Corviknight enthusiast. You know, I even I dabble in a little bit of Tranquil every now and then. To be honest with you, um, Pidgeot, goes kind of hard. Goes really hard actually. In fact, I have a Pidgeotto in our Nuzlocke, and I
So
love
do I.
you have a Pidgeotto too.
Yeah, we're
We
both
both have
rocking them.
Pidgeottos, and they're great. Like I've always been a regional bird guy, and I've always liked using flying types in general. I usually like having one in my party. Um, they're just fun. I don't know what it is for me. And then fighting types, like I don't know. Like when was the last time you saw a fighting type that couldn't fuck shit up offensively? You know, I don't know.
If you want, I can run through the imperfect ones where they're all super effective against each other, but they're not always resisting the one
Yeah.
before them.
Yeah, like I'm sure there's like a dragon fairy something else in there somewhere, and I feel like that would go insane.
I don't see that.
Oh,
I
I'm thinking
see. I
like
see. We have bug, grass, rock, uh, dark, psychic, fighting,
okay,
electric, water, ground,
yeah,
fairy, fighting, steel.
fairy fighting steel would go hard.
Um, oh, I think that was the. I think I saw this one with like the idea of like a if they went more traditional RPG, you would have like the fairy for like the mage, the fighting for like
Your fighter,
yeah, and then the steel for like either like a knight or paladin
okay,
concept, which I kind of fuck with pretty.
okay, that's like the D&D trio.
Yeah,
Okay, I fuck with that a lot.
I do fuck with that idea as well.
Baldur's Gate 3 game of the year.
Fighting, ice, flying. We have fire, grass, ground.
Fire, grass, ground. That's too similar to the base.
Yeah.
Base,
as well as fire, grass, rock,
Yeah.
and then fire, ice, ground,
Excuse me.
flying, grass, rock, ground, rock, ice, ground, steel, ice, and then ice, grass, rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would like see because I just with Pokemon and how big it is, I think we could be getting. I think I've mentioned this because I've had this idea since Legends Arceus, and I talked about it because I made a video about it. But I felt like we could be getting a game like this cycle of Pokemon. We get like a mainline game, a Legends game, a remake, and then a wild card one where you have that's where like the stadiums, Pokemon parks,
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap, like whatever wild card one would come out, and you just have like a 4-year cycle of just getting Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I think Legends is what I feel like Legends opens itself up to do more experimental things like this.
Idea.
Yes.
Idea. Pokemon game that gives you 3 dragon type starters that all evolve to have second typings that give you a triangle. My example here,
Dude, I have the inverse of what you just said in front of me right now.
Salamence, the dude with the scales, Gen 7, he's a fighting type. And then the ice type from Scarlet and Violet, whose name's escaping me right now. That's ice, flying, fighting. It's an imperfect triangle, but it's a triangle nonetheless.
I pulled up somebody's video, Pin Paladin. He has like a short when he talks about what Legends Unova would look like, and he threw out the idea of the starters all still being grass, water, fire, but also having each one having dragon as the second typing, and he threw out what the 3 starters would be.
Okay.
Let me see if it says the names clearly.
It would have to be either like superior or septile, I would imagine.
We see
a dragon type in there.
Dreepy. I think some of the things based on their maybe changing the typing for their.
Okay, for the already existing dragon types.
Yeah.
Okay. So would Dreepy become a fire type in this instance?
I think okay, because I think one of the Pokedex entries says Dreepies are reborn ghosts of a prehistoric species that once lived in ancient seas. So I think he's having this one as the water, and then
the way it, like,
what the fuck is this guy's name? I don't know the name off the top of my head.
That's the scale brother I was just telling you.
Yeah.
About.
But him is the fire type, and he gives reasons. Let's see. Oh,
Komodo.
according to legend, here's the full name one. Komodo's glittering scales are meant to drive away a great darkness. I guess that's why he has fire for like. He's
fire.
Excelling.
Bright,
yeah.
Burns away the dark. Yeah.
And then it is said that for the grass would be Hydreigon.
Hydreigon.
Hydreigon. It said that Hydreigon grew ferocious because people in times long past loathed it, considering it to be evil incarnate and attacking it relentlessly.
Its heads can be like vines.
Yeah. This is kind of how the look he's got for it.
Yeah.
But
Isn't that just the shiny? Isn't that just the shiny?
It might be.
Pretty sure shiny Hydreigon's green.
Oh, I think it is, but it's not quite like that.
Okay, I feel like the design would have to like you can have like vines like sprouting the other 2 heads. So I feel like that would make sense.
Yeah.
In terms of changing the physical, I fuck with that concept a lot.
Yeah. So the 2 videos I saw kind of inspired this conversation. I like that. I like that idea a lot for like Legends Unova. Yeah. Which is that like a rumor? Is that going to be one? Because I saw other stuff talking about what this game could look like.
I had no idea that was a thing that had been talked about, but I would love, as somebody who's like Gen 5 is my favorite gen, like I would play the shit out of Legends Unova.
Well, yeah, because he also shows.
Oh, wait a minute, hang on, wasn't
before it split? Like we would see it.
I was just gonna say like the original dragon was Kyurem, Reshiram, and Zekrom. We've only ever seen Kyurem at half power with one or the other. So this game would probably feature the true like dragon type Pokemon of Unova. Would be all 3 of them slept together.
But yeah, I mean, this might just be his idea. I don't know whether if this is based on rumors or what, but just wanted to bring it up. have some Pokemon talk since we've been playing a lot of Pokemon.
This was good shit. That was yeah, it's fun. What's your favorite like type triangle if you had to pick one for a new game?
I mean, I guess I would
Uh,
do Fighting Rock Flying just because it's
okay,
the only perfect triangle that doesn't
I do
have
think
one of
it's
the
really
original,
hard to
like
put.
the main three
Yeah,
typings.
I think my second choice would be like the grass ground poison.
Yeah, I mean, I like all the perfect ones, and then for the imperfect ones, like I said, Fairy Fighting Steel because I think what it could play into. Um, I'm trying to think what else could like complement each other very well. Um, I mean, I guess Dark Psychic Fighting for another imperfect one could
Yeah,
build together pretty well. I like Fire Steel Rock if I had to pick one of the other perfect ones that has one of the main three. That would
yeah,
be the one I'd pick because I think concept it could
yeah.
it could help
Conceptually,
build
that's a
with
lot
a
of fun.
world better.
Yeah,
I mean, I think if you're creative enough, all of these could, but that one
yeah.
it easily lends itself to something like it's more easy than the other ones. But yeah, those ones. But I would like to see some more explorations with the typings. And like I said earlier, I would love to see because what could happen. The most realistic thing would be taking the Fighting Rock Flying and just attaching it to like final forms of like the main uh, starters that are still fire, grass, water. But like I
Yeah.
said, what I would want is a flip of the triangle,
Fair
evening
enough.
out the playing field. But yeah,
I agree, and I think generally speaking, I want to see that more often, even in the mainline Pokemon games. I want the secondary typings to start like countering each other, or
that would
like
be fun.
to counter the primary. To like give me something like that.
Yeah, and you could flip the imperfect because the imperfect typings could work better for that. That's where they could come into play maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. What do you call it? Because Gen 6 did the opposite. Remember? Because Gen 6 gave you like Delphox was a psychic type, and then Greninja was a dark type. So your secondary typing is even less effective against Greninja than your primary is. And then Chestnut is a fighting type. You can't do shit against Delphox with that, but you can fuck up Greninja even more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like
So they did do the I see what you're saying. They did do the opposite of
they
just
did the opposite with Gen 6, which
doubling
I
up the
hate.
effectiveness.
In general, Gen 6, man, Gen 6 is such a frustrating game for you because it could have been so much better. Everything about Gen 6 could have been so much
I
better.
feel like that's how everyone talks about Pokemon now.
Because that's a lot of what Pokemon is.
Yeah.
It's just missed potential. It's
Gosh,
tragic.
they need the Zelda studio needs to because Zelda used to be very steeped in formula, which I still like formula. I enjoy seeing different interpretations of the same base idea, but Zelda, kind of gave up the typical formula, really imagined
Reinvented itself.
what it could be, what Zelda could be. They need to walk over to the Game Freak studios and be like, "Hey guys, you guys need to be better. This is
Well, they
the
already
number one franchise in the world."
Legends Arceus is like the blueprint for
Yeah,
like
it's
because
just
even then it's a very skeletal game in
yeah,
terms of like the mechanics. But
mechanics, the arts.
if they built off at least the mechanics of Legends Arceus and started implementing that into the main series, we'd be having a lot more fun. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they tried to implement some tiny things, but it's like sectioned off.
Scarlet and Violet, they try, but also give us a real open world experience. Like because in the Pokemon world, gym leaders adjust their team based on what badge number it is for
Yeah,
the trainer.
as shown in Pokemon Origins.
So when I show up to the ice type gym with no badges, why am I fighting a level 47? Can somebody explain this to me?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make it like yeah, the game's open world, you can tackle it whatever order you want to, except you're gonna get fucked if you go out of order, if you deviate too far from the norm. It doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Legends is the step in the right direction, and I just
For
want more
sure.
Legends games.
I agree.
I hope
I
it.
agree. Give me
I mean,
Legends Unova right now.
yeah. Um, but I think we can call it with the Pokemon talk. We've got plenty of time to talk Pokemon
Yep.
tomorrow for us, today for people watching this.
At the time that this episode comes out, yeah, we'll be streaming
But yeah,
evening.
you guys check out the Pokemon streams, man. They are a lot of fun. In all honesty, they're a lot of fun. Great times. We're gonna be fighting Lieutenant Surge.
Yes, we are both posted up. I would imagine you're posted up
I
right
am
next to him.
directly
That's
next
why.
to him. I saved
Okay, that's
directly
where I
on him.
saved.
Yeah,
That's where I saved as well. So we're both posted up next to Lieutenant Sir. We're both gonna fuck him up
dude,
with our Nido Kings. I would
he's
imagine,
so
right? Because
fucked.
that's the easy work is
Yeah,
just throw in your Nido King. Don't get electrocuted.
but check it out.